What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're diving into an Izzet 2021 deck, and I gotta say, this is beautiful, okay? Y'all know Azorius Flyers has been a thing, and Mono Blue and Mono White Flyers. These have all been things in the past. But now we're seeing Izzet Flyers featuring Sprite Dragon and Stormwing Entity, two flyers that absolutely destroy. So the nice things about both of these is they're not just utility, or they're not just here or there. Dorat, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Sprite Dragon or Dorat, whatever you want to call it. Great, right? Infuriate, Unsummons, Embercleaves, all these kind of things that either boost you or tempo out your opponent are also going to be buffing up your perfect pet here, right? And then, of course, Stormwing Entity gets down to costing 2 mana whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, which obviously you have Brazen Borrower and Winged Words and Glint and all this kind of stuff to cast as instant and sorceries, which means this is going to be coming down as a 2 mana card, which you get a 3/3, you get a scry to. It also has prowess, so every time you cast a non-creature in the future, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn, so it's really good. Not to mention the fact, off of the back of these two, you also have, like I mentioned earlier, Embercleave, which allows you to give +1/+1 trample, double strike to all your, well, not all, but, you know, selected creature, all your good creatures, however you want to say that. Anyways, it's a non-creature, which means it'll proc prowess, it'll give Sprite Dragon a +1/+1, plus the +1/+1 from Embercleave, so your creatures just get real big. They're already flying, so it's easy to go overhead your opponent, and if you can't go overhead, we have a cheeky copy of Sleep in the deck to help tap everything out. So going through everything one by one, we have Unsummon, return target creature to its owner's hand. It's good if you sometimes need to return the Dorat or the Sprite Dragon back to your hand so your opponent doesn't destroy it or whatever. But mostly in here for the tempo. Fervent Champion, a little 1/1 with haste, but you get 2 Fervent Champions down, and now you have 2/1, and so on and so forth. Not to mention the fact that it gets the free Embercleave equipped. It's pretty good all in all, and having first strike innately means you can throw something like Infuriate on it, and now it's like a 4/3 with first strike, which is enough to take out, you know, even a questing beast, no problem. So Glint is a great way to give your creatures hexproof while also making them a little bit bigger on the back end, right? Give them a little bit more defense, but mostly for the hexproof is why you have it. Robber of the Rich is again one of those that just swings in and hits real hard. 2 mana for this Reach Haster that allows you to exile top card of your opponent's library and then potentially play it if you have enough mana, yada yada yada. We all know Robber, right? We know her, we love, or know him, love him, hate him. He's somewhere in there, right? Scorching Dragonfire, instant speed, able to deal with creatures and planeswalkers. You know, you're gonna need some removal, some targeted removal in the deck, and Scorching is probably the best bet for that. Winged Words is gonna make sure that you keep card draw. You have plenty of flyers in this deck, like I mentioned. So drawing 2 cards for 2 mana. That's really good value. Brazen Borrower, again, one of those cards we all already know and love and kind of hate, but, you know, 2 mana, return target non-land permanent opponent controls. You can balance their planeswalkers, their enchantments, artifacts, all that good stuff. And it's a 3/1 flyer, so you throw Embercleave on it, now it's a 4/2 double striking, trampling flyer, right? Which, a lot of damage. Bonecrusher Giant, again, one of these that acts as an instant speed spell in the adventure, right? And then also it's a creature, so you're getting the Sprite Dragon proc, you're getting the Stormwing proc, and then you're also getting a 4/3, and y'all see the efficiency of this deck, right? It's actually it's pretty freaking bonkers, the Izzet aggro power of it, right? So the Royal Scions, draw a card, then discard. I really like this other one. Target creature gets +2/+0 and gains first strike and trample until end of turn. You throw that on something like a Bonecrusher Giant, and now you have a 6/3 with first strike and trample. Oh my goodness! Not even a question beast, not even a questing beast, or, you know, things of that nature. An Elder Gargoyle doesn't even want to block into that. Am I right? And then, of course, the -8, draw 4 cards. You get to deal damage equal to the number of cards in your hand. This is actually very valuable, and you should not, neither should your opponent, underestimate it, right? Sleep, we had mentioned. Stormwing Entity, we talked about, and Embercleave. Finally, we're going to hop over here into some other cards you could try out in the deck. One is Crash Through. I saw a few people playing Stormwing and Dorat decks, and Crash Through was a very popular card for them, which makes sense because it gives your creatures trample, it draws you a card, and it boosts everything. So, yeah, you know, makes a lot of sense. Shock is one that I don't really play that much, but I think a lot of people don't really play Fervent Champions in their Izzet aggro spell decks. But me personally, I think it's the perfect you know, target for Infuriate, or like I said, when you throw Embercleave on one of your creatures and then that creature gets removed, well, it gets equipped to Fervent for free, and then you at least have a 2/2 double striker, right, with Trample. So it's something. And then Slaying Fire, in case you don't like Scorching Dragonfire, because I know some people, they have problems whenever you're in a spell-based deck and you can't point that damage anywhere. So this is the spell I recommend. 3 mana, mostly for the adamant, right? If at least 3 mana was 3 red mana, I guess I should clarify that, right? Because that's the main point. Was spent to cast this, it deals 4 damage instead of 3. So 3 mana, instant speed, 4 damage. You know, that's pretty good. That could be game ending for sure. So that's going to pretty much do it on the deck tech breakdown. I hope you all enjoyed this. You know, normally I'm not an Izzet player, but this deck, I gotta say, is doing something special for me. It's really a delight to play and to see it perform so beautifully. Anyways, as always, I'm going to remind y'all, on Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the FNM podcast, me, MTG Jeff, and Hello Good Game. Always host it. It's beautiful. It's fun. It's a nice way to dive into Magic content without having the stresses of, oh, I need to build a deck or whatever. You can just sort of listen. We're on SoundCloud, Spotify, all that great stuff. Go look us up. This upcoming Mondays, we're going to be doing a Zendikar brew stream. It's going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I highly recommend you hop out there. If you have suggestions, ideas for decks you want me to brew, or just in general you want to see brewed, that is the place to submit them. So please, please, please come over there on that day. Stop by, say hello, even if it's just saying, hey, how about that Paragon card? Or, hey, how about that yada, yada, yada? And I'll be like, yeah, right? We'll build something out. It'll be a great time. Don't forget to just subscribe and hit that bell icon if you're new here and you're enjoying the content. You want to support the channel, and for free, that's the best way to do it, right? Just subscribe and watch the videos and interact. Be a human being with me, right? We can all sit down and have a great conversation. Finally, I encourage you to watch all the way through, get the pro tips, and get the daily question, which I've been having a ton of fun coming up with, and also reading the responses. Some of these responses are great, and I encourage you, you know, again, if you're trying to get more out of the Magic content, you're trying to enjoy yourself a little bit more in life, go through, read the comments, because they'll at least give you a laugh or two, which is you know, always needed in this day and age. Anyways, with all that being said and out of the way, we are going to go ahead and hop or dive or jump or roll or whatever action you want to use there right into our matches. Elmir, I'm not quite sure. We have Dorat. We do have the Dorat. I'm going to keep it because we haven't seen Dorat yet. I can go Fabled Passage, get the red mana right off the bat. Hey, whatever. It could be fun. Dorat Embercleave is always fun. For me personally, I guess I should say. It's a personal kind of thing. Alright, so give me that mountain. We'll hit the Dorat. Now, the only... we'll hit the Dorat. We'll just swing the Dorat open and hit it. If it can live even one turn, we're golden. Because then we have Glint and Unsummon and can protect it. Wahaha. We'll see, though. You know. Heartless Act. What a bitch. That's okay, I suppose. We'll save the Brazen Borrower. Okay, well, you don't really want to bounce that, right? But at the same time, I mean, I suppose it does take away everything they just did with their turn. Alright, so on this turn, we can actually unsummon once more and play our Brazen Borrower down, so... Boop. I'm sorry. I didn't mean what I did there. I realized what I did. I didn't mean it. Alright, well, that's fine. Back to our opponent. We'll just keep juggling. No biggie. No biggie. Alright. We're just gonna chill. Kick it and chill. Nightmare Shepherd makes things a little difficult. Please use your Murderous Rider on something of mine. Please. Nope, timer. I want to use Glint, that's why I say that. I have the mana right now. If they go to use Murderous Rider, I can Glint and protect it, and then we get rid of the Murderous Rider. Yeah. Bye-bye. Now, they may still swing in with the Nightmare Shepherd, but nope, no Nightmare Shepherd here. Sleep, that's really good, especially considering what we're about to do here. We want them to block with the Nightmare. They're not going to. They're a smart cookie. That's pretty smart cookie there. Alright, so taking them down to 10 health. Cheeky little 10. And again, you gotta remember, we're about to draw into a sleep, so... the bad thing is we can only deal 8 damage, non-damage with what we have down, and they just healed. That's the real shitty thing, is the fact that they just healed. Now we can put them to sleep again, but if we put them to sleep, can't put that down. We could put down Stormwing. It's not a bad idea. Just swing in with the Brazen, put down Stormwing. I like it. I like it enough that I'm gonna do it. Now they do have the Grey Merchant Nightmare Shepherd, so we're a little worried about that just obviously killing us. You kind of have to in these situations, but we are going to take them down to 8. And I don't believe sleeping their creatures really does anything for us if they're going to hit that Grey Merchant combo, so we'll throw down our Stormwing and look to see what we can see. A Mountain and an Infuriate. Well, I definitely don't want the Mountain. I think Infuriate could help us to finish them in certain situations, so pretty much just have to hope they don't have the answer here. So long as they don't, then we can put them to sleep and we can end this game. We'll see though. They have what, 10 life off that? Yeah. What, oh what could they have for those other 2 cards? I'm super happy that one of them was a land. I doubt they use Castle Locked Lane, right? They are swinging in with the 4/4. Do we allow it to hit? If we don't, I can still Infuriate, right? I can still use Sleep and Infuriate. So yeah, we got to block this just in case they can get to that damage. We can't allow that. So another Nightmare Shepherd. That's fine. That doesn't end the game for us. So sleep. Night night, motherfucker. Sweet dreams. And you know what that one mana we have is for? That's right, that Infuriate we kept on top. Now we just have to pray they don't have a Murderous Rider or some shit, right? Oh, that'd be bad. Eat to extinction. Same difference. So we don't Infuriate then. We don't do it. We get the 1 damage in. And the reason you're saying, well, Chance, why don't you Infuriate here? It's a little infuriating that you're not. Because we want to Infuriate after we have that Embercleave on the Fervent. Alright, that'll put us up to 5, which is enough to actually kill Elmir here. Of course, unless they just drew that 1 piece of removal they absolutely needed. Oh, Elmir, how do you do it? How do you have this uncanny luck? Now we're going to need to draw perfectly our own Fervent Champion. Because Dorat won't do it, right? No, I don't think Dorat would do it. Oh. In case y'all didn't catch that sound I just made, it was oh. Oh, sweet, blissful victory. Perfect. I'm sitting here complaining about the opponent's top deck, and then I turn around and top deck the exact thing I need. You have to draw a card because that's your only chance of living here. Watch them turn around and top deck the answer. Oh, don't do it to me. Oh, we did it. High five. What is that? Caesarian? This is rough with having all the tap lands, right? Generally in an aggro deck, you wanna be aggro. I'll keep this. We get to go first, and we have Robber and Embercleave and all that great stuff. Hell yeah, keep. I'm actually gonna put back the Unsummon because we have enough damage here potentially to just clobber our opponent here. So yeah, is that Caesarian? I know Caesar is spelled like that, but it's not Caesarian. It's like Caesarian. I don't know. Y'all know my English is not the greatest. Another Robber of the Rich? Are you freaking fracking kidding me? I mean, I'll take it, but oh, that's brutal for the opponent. Stonecool Serpent. Hey, that's cheeky. If we could hit a land next turn, we could use Robber plus Stonecool, but it's their Stonecool. There's a twist. I mean, I guess we could just play it for 0, but it doesn't really do anything. Like, it doesn't go back in their library, so we don't need to do that. It stays in exile. Opponent is playing mono green. At two mana, what would they have? Something like a Gilded Goose, maybe? I really want to hit another red source. I don't know if that's obvious or not, but I really want to hit another red source. A Nessian Horn Beetle. Interesting. So if we don't hit a red source, we may have to save. Oh, that's a little rough. Winged Words. We actually don't have any flyers right now. Yeah, no. So we actually should save the Infuriate, right? Yeah. Yeah, we'll take out that Nessian Horn Beetle. Robber of the Rich will get to proc again. We got their Grey Hinge. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Do we Infuriate here? No. No, we do not. Do we play down Robber, or do we play down their own Stonecool? I think we play down Robber. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the idea of playing their Stonecool down, but for the time being, I think we should play what we know works. So there's the Love Struck Beast, not a big deal. We still have Infuriate. Now we have 2 copies of Infuriate. Oh boy. Now they're gonna block both the Robbers with their Love Struck and with their Nessian, right? But we do have Embercleave that we could use as well. If I Embercleave, I should Embercleave the Robber that's hitting the Nessian Horn Beetle. Unless, of course, they don't allow that. What if they just block with Love Struck? Then am I double infuriating the Robber just to keep it alive? Let's see. If I Embercleave this Robber, we're dealing 6, taking them down to 7. They'll be at 6 life. If I infuriate this Robber, we can kill their Love Struck. I definitely want to do this. I definitely want to take out the Love Struck. Alright, because that stops the Nessian Horn Beetle. Question is, do I want to double it so we don't lose our Robber either? And I think the answer is yes. I think the answer is yes. And then that 1 mana that we have left over, we play this Stonecool, right? And this way, next turn, Embercleave only costs 2 mana instead of 3. So I think we made the right choice there. Who knows in the end, but I think we're doing alright. So they're going to get down to Garrick's Harbinger, but I think that's going to be it for them. They still have 1 point of mana, though, and it's like holding them up. So they got to have maybe another Love Struck Beast or something. Or maybe they have some removal. Ah, Primal Might. What a beast. What a beast. Now that Nessian Horn Beetle is up to a 4/4, which is a little bit scarier. Oh, but we got a Dorat. What? Dorat. We're going to swing in with the Robber this turn just to proc it, I think? Or no? Should we save that proc for when we know we can hit their Great Hinge down? Interesting thought. We're definitely swinging in with the Dorat. The next turn when we Embercleave, it goes up to a 3/3 with Double Strike, which is 6 damage to him. Not quite enough to finish him. Let's see, we have 4. So if we could theoretically hit an Unsummon... No, it'd still only be 8, huh? We would still be 1 point of damage off. Oh, that's brutal. And now they have a Migratory Greathorn in the sky. Goodness gracious, what kind of weird mono green deck is this? Either way, we better be scared that Nessian Horn Beetle is starting to get rather large. Garrick's Harbinger coming at us. Do I chum block? Nah, I think I take that damage. We're still pretty healthy. Although that does allow them to draw into their deck. Oh, cool beans. All right. Bonecrusher. Bonecrusher, Bonecrusher, Bonecrusher. So if I swing in with everything, we can Embercleave, and Dorat does go to a 3/3. It can at least kill the Migratory Greathorn. We can't proc Robber anyway, so yeah, we're gonna swing all in here. And I want to see how they line up the blockers. But between Bonecrusher and Embercleave, we're removing something, right? And that's all that really matters. So Nessian, that's fine. 1/1 on the 1/1. Alright, so if we Bonecrusher the Migratory Greathorn, it's dead and out. We'd also Embercleave onto the Dorat, take out Greathorn, deal some damage, and then have Embercleave put onto the Fervent for free. Alright, so they are at 6 health, and now we got that little guy souped up. We need an Unsummon for that Horn Beetle. That's what we need. If I could hit an Unsummon here, I'd be really, really happy, because then we could smash the Garruk's Harbinger with Fervent, use Bonecrusher, and then Unsummon, right? Would be beautiful. Alright, Garruk's Harbinger is going to be diving down into their deck, which is very unfortunate for us. It only hit a Gilded Goose, that's good. Unfortunately, the Goose is going to allow them to heal up, so that's bad. We can use Bonecrusher to kill the Goose, but again, by the time we do that, they're going to have been able to gain life. No, they're drawing cards. They can still play Goose, gain life, though. Alright, puts them back up to 9. And indeed they do. Alright, so I swing in, they block with Nessian Horn Beetle because they feel like they absolutely have to. Right? Then I can Scorching plus this, that deals 5. Yeah. I mean, we're not going to kill him, but we'll get rid of that Horn Beetle, so. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I get the logic there, but I don't know. We are going to just go ahead and Scorching Dragonfire. That way they can't keep drawing cards with that Harbinger, right? Well, we're getting there. I mean, I guess. Their Bonder's Enclave is what's really pushing them ahead. That and the fact that they have more than 3 mana. And of course, I don't want any extra mana, do I? Stormwing Entity, I can't really play right now, but you know, if I get an Unsummon, I'm in business. If I get a Dorat, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm dealing damage somehow, right? Things are happening. Another Horn Beetle. Well, there's that Dorat I was talking about. So, do I swing in with Fervent, play Dorat? I guess is the question. They gotta have Primal Might or some kind of removal like that. If I take out their Horn Beetle with my Bonecrusher plus Fervent, I'm dealing 3 points of damage. They're down to 4 health, but I'm only... Yeah, and then they get to heal for 3, so they're actually back to 7. And then I'm down to 3. And how would I deal 4 points of damage and... Or no, 7 points of damage in 1 turn. So I think I do play the Dorat here. Alrighty. Well, It's been a fun one. This mono green deck has certainly pushed us to our limits with these horn beetles. But hey, I've said it in the past. These Nessian horn beetles were what I thought were better than. Ooh, a mighty Yugen. Kuro 374 are gonna be our first foe with this Izzet aggro deck. Oh, come on. Needed some red mana for that robber, but having 2 Embercleaves in hand as well, I just don't think I can keep that. We'll keep this, and I'm actually gonna toss back the Glint, I think. I like the rest of what I'm seeing here, so. An extra island that would allow us to hit the Fabled Passage on time. Not that I know that, or not that I know. I know that we don't need necessarily to hit our 4th land on curve. You know, there's nothing like special with this deck as pertaining to that, but you know, whatever. We'll get into 2 damage Bonecrusher and get down. We'll probably go ahead and get down Bonecrusher actually, and then follow it by the Royal Scions. And hopefully, of course, Bonecrusher can live, because if not, that's a little sad. Sure, I mean, dealt 2 damage to our opponent. Cool beans. Lotus. Ooh, get ready, everybody. It's a Lotus deck. Except for the part where, psych, it's not, because Scorching Dragonfire. And we're doing that sorcery speed, so they can't do any shenanigans with, oh, make creature return to the battlefield, or whatever. Another Lotus. Interesting. It's interesting. How about that goes back to your hand? Sound like a plan, Stan? Stan the man. Now, I do want to play down my Brazen Borrower. Yeah. We'll wait for their turn. I'll play down Brazen. We'll have Glint to protect it, and then we can get down the Royal Scions and make Brazen start dealing some serious damage. Some serial damage. That's some repeat damage. Well, that's just beautiful. When the cards just line up, they just line up, am I right? Alright, so we're taking them down to 11 here. That's pretty good. We don't have the Glint mana available, but I feel like taking Lotus out ASAP, right? That's fine. Ooh, they just bring it right back. They just will not let that Lotus die, huh? Alright, so we definitely want to get down the Fervent. So that's 6 points of damage going out of our foe. Down to 5. Do I save Glint to protect my creatures, or do I slam down the Bonecrusher? Bonecrusher can't defend against the Lotus. Alright? Because it has Menace, so. I think we go for the Bonecrusher. If they want to remove the Bonecrusher, I don't know of the board wipes that green and black actually has available to it post standard. Like, I don't think there are far too many. So, we'll see. Warbriar's Blessing, though, that's brutal. That would have been a great Glint target there, huh? Alright, so they're going to get to gain 6 life back here if they choose to swing in. They don't. Interesting. So I can draw a card and discard if I want, or I can just boost up something. If I boost you up, you can go through. You can't quite. So yeah, we'll boost the Bonecrusher. And get him. And now's the part where they just pray that I don't have a Bonecrusher right here. Of course, if I did, I probably would have used it, right? Right. Alright, so we'll end our turn. We do have Glint, at least if they try that Warbriar bullshit again, right? Demonic. Oh, shit. But if they do swing in, they're down. They're up, rather, to 8. Oh, they didn't do... Are you freaking crazy?
Do not think you can conquer knights of the realm.